In today's video, we're gonna talk about the controversial topic. Is it better to invest first or is it better to pay off debt first? Stay tuned and we're gonna talk about it right now. People have been debating about the answer to this question for as long as I could remember. I mean, I could understand that because it could truly change the outcome of your finances throughout the years to come. Knowing how to allocate your money the right way is especially important in the beginning of your financial journey, since it allows you to either grow your finances at a rapid rate or stay stagnant without really achieving much financial progress throughout the very most important years of your financial journey. Now, I want to give a little disclaimer to you math nerds out there that this is not going to be a video where we break down penny by penny or interest by interest which one is better, to invest first or to pay off debt first. Instead, we're going to be talking about my opinions about these two topics throughout my financial journey so far. So in this video, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is what I think about paying off debt first. The second thing we're going to be talking about is what I think about investing first. And then to summarize everything, I'm going to compare the two and let you know what I decide to do with my future about investing or paying off debt. So stay tuned. Hi guys, my name is Dennis, and in this channel we talk about my continuous journey to financial freedom. So first, let me give you a little breakdown about my background. My wife and I recently got married in June of 2021 and we moved together right away. Soon after we got married, we actually both graduated from college around the same time, and the first thing we did was combine our bank accounts into one single account. But guys, keep in mind that as soon as we combined our accounts together, we also combined our debts together. So everything I'm going to be talking about in this video is including her debts and my debts. So anyway, in the following 7 months after we got married, we were actually able to pay all of our private student loan debt because we considered it the highest interest out of all of our debts. We were able to pay off all these high interest private student loans and never have to worry about it ever again. Which brings us to today, where my wife and I have a remaining balance of around $82,000 worth of federal student loans that we still have to pay off. So back to the video, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is what I think about paying off debt first. Now let me tell you guys, I was absolutely obsessed about the thought of being debt free. I was thinking about it every single day while watching Dave Ramsey episodes and pretty much taking notes on a single day basis. Before I got married and graduated college, I had the Dave Ramsey mentality of paying off all the debt right away, living frugally so that we can save and invest after paying off our debt. I had this type of mentality because I know how bad debt can get in the long term if you don't pay it off. That's why I wanted to get rid of my debts as soon as possible, even before I was done accumulating it because I was still in school. I thought that paying off all of my debt right away will give me more time in the future to save and invest after all my debt is paid. Now that I think about it, this type of a mentality led me down a very dark path where I was actually counting every single dollar in the future that I was gonna make so that I can allocate it towards my debt. This wasn't a very healthy way to live my life because every single day I took out a pen and paper and I was counting how much I would earn in the future with my career and how much of it I will be able to pay off my debt with. This was until I actually had a conversation with one of my successful cousins who pointed out to me that debt doesn't really have to always be a bad thing. He explained to me that there's such a thing as good debt and there's such a thing as bad debt, so you need to know the difference. He explained to me that if I pay $1,000 towards my 4% student loan right now, the maximum I could save would be 4% in the long term. But if I invest that same $1,000 into something that is worthwhile for me right now, in the future, it might be priceless. While all of this made sense to me, I was just not convinced. I had this debt-free mentality for a very, very long time, and one conversation with my cousin was not gonna break it. This leads us to the second side of this argument. What happens if you invest your money first before paying off your debts? Now let me start off by saying that investments come in many different forms. You can invest in stocks, you can invest in real estate, but the most important in my opinion is you can invest in yourself. I've learned throughout the past few years that investing in yourself is the most important investment you can make when you're young. You can invest in your own knowledge or you can invest in your own business. Either way, you're building a better version of yourself. So a few short months after speaking to my cousin, I decided that it was better to invest in myself and my side hustles rather than paying off all of my debts right away. Finance experts like Dave Ramsey always say that it is better to pay off all of your debts first so that then you can use your income as a wealth building tool with no debt to hold you back. While I did agree with this initially, I've come to realize that there are many circumstances circumstances in people's lives that are different. These type of circumstances create a gap between the knowledge being shared on the internet and what people should be hearing for their specific circumstances. For example, in my current situation, I don't work a full-time job. I decided to commit my full time into several different side hustles that I think I can grow to be successful. For example, one of them being this YouTube channel. If I know one thing for sure, it's that I need to commit myself completely into what I'm doing so that I can build it up to be successful. To do so, I need to not only commit my time, but also my money to invest into these side hustles so that I can grow them. When it comes to this YouTube channel and a couple of other things I do on the side, I want to commit completely so that I can create the best content and pour my heart out to you guys so that I can make it successful. By the way, if you're finding this video interesting so far, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can join me in my continuous journey to financial freedom. Thank you. So overall, the final point that I want to make is that I'm actually stuck in the middle of this argument. While I do want to pay off my debt, I still want to invest in myself and my side hustles so that I can grow them right now. This actually created a dilemma for me because I didn't know what to do. But luckily, something happened out of the ordinary that I did not expect at all. There was an announcement that all federal student loans were actually paused through May 1st of 2022. Actually, as of me recording this video, there was a new announcement that the federal student loan is actually extended through August 31st. This means that all 11 of our student loan accounts were paused and actually reduced to a 0% interest until May 1st, 2022. This announcement actually made it easier for me to decide what to do because I actually stuck with the middle ground between these two topics. Like I already said, since our private student loans are in a very high interest rate, we ended up paying it off first in the first 7 months so that we got rid of them completely and never have to worry about them again. Once we paid off our private student loans, the federal student loan announcement made it easier for us to slow down so that we don't have to pay our federal student loan debt right away. Since it was 0% interest, I didn't feel as bad to not pay it and invest in myself instead. As of January of this year, we were able to stop with all the student loan payments and actually invest in ourselves instead. We got very lucky that the biggest chunk of our student loans is actually at 0% and we didn't have to worry about it as much. But don't get me wrong guys, just because we stopped paying our federal student loans doesn't mean we stopped tracking all of our debts. As I found out early on that keeping track of all of our debts and their interest percentages in one place is very important early on in your financial journey. And that's exactly why you should check out this video right here where I reveal my debt confession of 2022 and I talk about exactly what debts we paid off, what debts we still have, and where I talk about how I keep track of all of my debts in one place. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a great day.